Good evening. I'm Bryce McLeay, and welcome to Outside the House, the unofficial Big Brother After Show. It's day 65 inside the Big Brother house, and the aftershock from the triple eviction is still rippling throughout the house, especially after the news came that Christmas and Tyler tried to pull a fast one and evict Nicole. So, who will become the next big target? We'll find out soon enough. But first, let's eavesdrop on the Outside the House team. First up, as always, is Rachel Swindler.
Hey, guys.
Hey, and say hello to Mark Herman.
Yeah, I'm outside the house, inside a wonderful Holiday Inn Express.
It looks really nice in there.
Nice.
I just
Not even IKEA furniture. It's just particle board. It's great.
Well, you guys, we are riding high because we just got an exclusive interview with the one and only Chen Moonves. We had a great conversation with her. We're going to be uploading that. We're uploading that as we speak. So be on the lookout for that. Hit that notification bell. I'll go through my regular spiel, but I know that everybody wants to know and see that interview. So please be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Go to the link in any of our bios on social or right here, and we will get you that interview very, very soon. So as I mentioned, before we get started, I just want to once again remind everybody to please subscribe once again to our YouTube channel. Be sure to hit the notification bell so you never miss your chance to take part in our live episodes and to see the Julie interview and to see your comments on the air. We're also on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. So if you'd rather listen than watch, just open Spotify or Apple Podcasts and search Outside the House. Then click the subscribe button and please rate and review us. Finally, follow us on socials at From Outside the House on Instagram and at Outside BB House on Twitter. Okay, I know that I don't want to tease this so much that people are going to get mad at us, but I just feel like that was a real pinch me moment for me, especially. I was Julie's assistant for 2 years and I got to interview her. I feel like it was, this season is all about redemption. And Rachel, I watched your eviction again, and I like, without giving too much away, how did you feel talking to Julie and kind of getting that moment with her?
I kind of blacked out, felt like a little bit, if I'm being 100% honest. But no, it was just amazing to be able to actually be calm or as calm as you can be able to talk to her. And it was, I've been watching the show for Jesus Christ, way too many years, or, since the beginning of time. And Julie Chen is like the queen, the epic of epicness. She is everything that is Big Brother. So to have that moment, to be able to talk to her was surreal. It still feels surreal.
It was very,
it was incredible.
And Mark,
we do have, I feel great. I just want to tell the viewers, like we do have a clip of the interview that's processing right now. We'll give a little taste this episode, so you don't have to wait all the way until it's done uploading. But I felt like that was incredible. Thank you, Bryce. That was all.
No, you guys, this was all of us. So
no. What I loved was that she was so, like, when she talked to us, she's very thorough. She she just gave us a great interview. Like, she didn't hold back, which was.
No, and that's what's so great about her, is that she really, as Rachel, you've mentioned on the show, like, she's a huge fan of it, and she knows, she's very intricate and knows a lot of the stuff. And I remember just being able to, she's probably so annoyed at me. It was like, all I do was be like, okay, so what do you think's going to happen? Like,
oh my gosh,
when I worked for her, like, I was like a little total Big Brother nerd,
Oh my gosh.
I think We'll
let's talk about.
Yeah. Okay. So
I'm shook by that too. Like, tonight has just been like, I am verklempt, as you say. Like, it's been a night. We got Julie, we got Tyler kicked out. It's just been
right. So so let's just get started. I know, Rachel. So you've played with Tyler.
Mm-hmm.
He got evicted and by a unanimous vote and went outside, which another thing was interesting is that, Julie had never interviewed Tyler. I thought that was another, and so this was his first sit down. Like, he's never been evicted from the Big Brother house. Where do you think he messed up?
And Julie did a great job of interviewing him, because he messed up whenever he kind of spiraled that one week. And the week that we saw what did he do again? Oh yeah. He got like Davon and I can't
Bailey.
exactly. Yeah. That whole week he kind of spiraled. He wanted to go home. And I just think when you have a misstep in the house, it's hard to get your footing back. And I just think that maybe he didn't get his footing back in his head really in the game. And yeah, I mean, he didn't get his footing after that week, I felt like. And he needed to win because he needed to get Cody or Memphis or Enzo. He needed to get one of them out to go farther.
Did you feel like he knew he was going home, or like when he was talking do you think that he knew he was going home this week, or
yes,
was he a little surprised? Oh, you do? Okay.
Yeah, 100%. He even said, I mean, he kind of did a Hail Mary and said, "You're going to regret it if you send me to the jury house," which I thought was kind of funny. But I was like, all right, I like that. But yeah, he knew he was going home, I believe. And I think he was, like you said, he just did that little bit of a Hail Mary just in case the eviction speech could work, save him.
All right. Well, let's give you a taste of what Julie said about about Tyler's eviction.
All right, here we go.
You said tonight that you thought we saw Tyler get evicted. We just saw it. And you said tonight that you thought this was Tyler's year. Were you surprised that he was evicted?
I was and I wasn't. I was because the house kept flipping back and forth. And then if you saw last night's show, which I'm sure you all did, it was like that pivotal moment when he overplayed his hand. And then Enzo went, running back to Cody to say, hey, he tried to tell me this, that, and the other thing. And then Cody, who's kind of running the whole energy of the house and calling the shots, he was like, what? I was like, no. It's like once Tyler tried to play as like a quote unquote shady player, that doesn't work for him because that's not in his nature, I don't think. And then at one point there was some chatter, let's get rid of Christmas. I just was surprised based off of last week's, triple eviction. He won back-to-back competitions. I was like, this kid's going all the way. This is his year. I felt more like this is his time. Because when he lost to Casey 5-4, that was a real toss-up, right? Casey pulled it out the end, win after win after win. But obviously, a 5-4 jury, it could have gone either way. I thought, you know what? God is going to take care of Tyler this year. But, hey, I told Tyler during the commercial break, you won the biggest prize of all, love.
Love.
Love is the answer.
You know what? I mean, these people, and we dig into this with Julie, but she is right. I feel like that, it's a really good point that, he did have he had a hugely strong game, maybe too strong at times. And I think from where he misstepped was just kind of going two balls to the wall. He shouldn't have lied we saw him lie to Enzo last night about Cody trying to get him out during the triple. And it just seemed like a useless lie, not only because he may not know that Enzo was working because Enzo is playing this game that you see from a mile away. But I think once you're in the house, like I can see it, I'm sure you guys can. He's playing a mirror game where like he just tells you exactly what you want to hear. He acts like he's not with anybody. And I mean, he just lies all the time, which is great. I mean, that's what it's fun to watch people. And I feel like because there was so much else going on throughout the season that we didn't get to see Enzo do that as much. So it's kind of nice to see him like kind of play that game or see it firsthand, especially with Tyler. But it just seemed useless. I mean, I know that Tyler was again, Hail Marrying, like Rachel said, but I don't know. What do you guys think?
Yeah, I mean, I thought it was useless. I mean, I think I'm just astonished, to be honest with you, that nobody has figured out that Cody and Enzo are a team and a final.
Seriously.
It is crazy to me that nobody has picked up on this, which is a testament, I guess, to them because, I'm not really sure. I guess they're not hanging out a lot. I'm very impressed, to be honest with you. And if and Tyler's a really great player. And the fact that he wasn't able to sniff that out and know that he shouldn't be talking bad about Cody to Enzo. I think that Cody and Nicole seem like a pair. So that's why nobody is viewing Cody and Enzo as a pair. It's the stronger the Cody Nicole relationship. The fact that they were on the season together is more in view. So I see where Tyler was kind of going with that, because he was trying to like plant a seed of doubt with Enzo to like, we got to team up. We got to do this because they're a pair, but he should have, being the amazing player that Tyler is, he should have been able to sniff that out. But,
and that's what's interesting too. I feel kind of like, how did people not, they're just sort of figuring out Cody and Nicole. Again, it's so easy to say, when you're sitting in on your couch watching it. But at the same time, I mean, we've had wall yellers, we've had people kind of try and tip them off. Like you said, Rachel, they've been on the same season.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm kind of surprised that people it's taken this long for them to notice them as well. Yeah. I don't know. Do you think that it was right? Do you think that Cody, so Cody was HOH, as we all know, but do you think that it was in his best interest to get rid of Tyler? Because there was some waffling back and forth. Mm-hmm. Rachel, what do you think?
I think so. It's hard to say. I think it was the best decision, because they were getting down to the end, and you don't know when you have someone like Tyler on the block, you don't miss your shot. Don't miss your shot to get him out, because as we saw when he played the veto, or he did the triple eviction, he got the veto and the HOH back to back. I mean, he is a literal beast. So, yes. Did he throw the veto competition? Do we know that? Because he timed out on the veto.
He timed out, but I didn't know that I don't know that he threw it, or at least I didn't think so.
Oh, okay. I just couldn't believe I think I saw on Twitter somewhere that there was a theory going around that he threw that because he didn't want to seem like a strong competitor. But it's like, I don't think.
Okay, but this is the time to be a strong competitor.
Well, exactly. That's why I was like, I don't think he actually.
I don't think that's the case. I mean, to be fair, that veto competition was kind of hard. But Mark, what do you think about? Do you think that Cody made the right decision?
I think from a game perspective, he did. Because Tyler's obviously a dominant player. They know his social game is strong from his time on BB20. Even though he's, he said during his exit interview, he's, playing it differently this time. He's not having a hand in every deal with everyone. But personally, I think Christmas should have gone. I think Christmas leaving would have just been better for Nicole. Honestly.
I disagree with you. I don't think Tyler was going to come after Cody. I think if Tyler would have won HOH, he would have put up Nicole and Memphis. That would have been, I think those would have been his noms. I think that Tyler going is actually good for Nicole, because I think Nicole, what I want to talk about, because she kind of made a revelation this week, which I want to talk to you guys about. But I think that she can repair her relationship with Christmas. I don't think that there's any chance that either Tyler or Nicole would trust each other. So I think that getting Tyler out only benefits Memphis. I mean, it benefits the people that are good at competitions, but I do not think he was ever going to come after Cody.
True. I see.
You don't think Tyler was going to come after Cody?
I don't think Tyler was ever going to come after Cody.
What was I going to say? Well, he did say in his eviction speech that he was going to put up Cody and Memphis.
Really?
Mm-hmm. So I don't know if I don't know.
I mean, I guess that's just my opinion. I think that I don't know. It's really hard, especially at this point in the game when we're when we're getting so down to the wire, that it's hard to know exactly what people are going to do, because most, if not all of them, have been aligned together at some point in this game or another.
100%.
So I do think that it is a little hard to decipher, but I really believe that Tyler would have Cody's back over a lot of other people. I mean, Cody might be on that list, but I feel like he would be further down. Yeah. And also the other thing is I was thinking about is Christmas, like she should be putting up Cody and Enzo, because she has every reason to. Cody put her on the block. Enzo screwed her over. I don't understand where, like, I don't know why she would be targeting Nicole. Again, maybe just because she's a winner, which, I mean, she should. But, like, I'm curious about that as well. Like, if Christmas wins HOH, she said that she was going to put up Cody and Nicole. But it's like, if I were her, I would put up Cody and Enzo, because I think I could beat Nicole. If I'm Christmas, I could beat Nicole. And Enzo's doing a really good job of acting like anyone would beat him. Like Memphis thinking he could beat Enzo in the end.
I know. Well, yeah, and I mean, we saw in that jury segment, I feel like they were kind of not talking very well of Enzo. I thought Enzo is going to have to talk up his game a lot. I'm sorry, I'm jumping right now, but Enzo is going to have to really talk his game up if he's sitting in final 2, because I could see them giving it to Memphis actually over Enzo. Possibly.
God, that would be nuts. That to me, I mean, as a viewer, I feel like that just seems like out of this world. But Rachel, going to the talk, speaking of the jury segment, who do you think is in trouble? Like you mentioned Memphis, but who do you think is in trouble with the jury, with the people that are left?
I think Nicole's in trouble because she hasn't won anything, and she's kind of, screwed over people here and there. So I think Nicole has the biggest uphill of the battle. And, Danny, for how betrayed Danny felt by Cody, she was complimentary of his game and respected him. So I think Cody is playing a great game, in my opinion, because he is so good socially that it doesn't matter if he's screwing people over, because he treated them well in the house. You know what I'm saying? So Cody is playing a great game, and I think he has a great rapport with the jury. Yeah, I would just think even, I don't know. I feel like no one's really talking down about Memphis either.
It's so insane to me.
Yeah, I think
really
Nicole.
Is.
Yeah, it's crazy how it's like. I feel like they actually really like Memphis. Maybe we're not seeing something.
Mark, what did you think of the jury segment? Who do you think's in trouble?
I'm not sure. I feel like they're just still kind of upset about the triple, and especially Danny was upset about the way that she left. I think that was kind of like the main focus of it to me. But yeah, I'm not sure.
I just pushed the button. Sorry, that was my bad.
God, Bryce. No, I'm not sure. It's I don't know. It's tough to tell at this point. I think. Yeah, I got nothing.
I think
I'm still shook from tonight.
I know you're like, no. I mean, it's crazy, but I do think that it reminded me. The jury segment kind of reminded, the way they were talking about Cody kind of reminded me of the way that they were talking about Tyler in your season, Rachel. Okay. Everybody was like really upset. Like they really didn't like the way that Tyler was doing things, but they were like, I respect it. And he had such a good social game that I'm just kind of piggybacking off of what you said. But I think I agree with you. I think Nicole is going to have an uphill battle. Cody a little bit, like outwardly. I don't know, because Danny was like, when Danny was in her, one-on her interview, she was like, oh, I totally respect Cody. But she kind of bashed him during the segment, which for seemingly no reason. Like, why wouldn't she just respect him and be like, hey, Cody's playing a really good game? But she was like, I've never felt more betrayed than ever. I thought that was interesting because it was almost like she's kind of trying to taint the jury against him. That's how it felt. That's just how it seemed. I don't know if that's actually what she's doing, because then she turns around and is like, oh yeah, it was great. I mean, I think Cody's playing an amazing game. So
yeah, I don't know either. I mean, I feel like in the past, Danny has voted a little bit bitterly. Is bitterly a word? I don't even know. I feel like she's in the past voted bitter. So I would be interested to see where her vote would lie. But I think game respects game. And I think that, and I hope that she would, because if Cody's sitting in that final 2 chair, he should win.
I agree. I do agree with that.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay. So I just wanted to ask you guys.
He really surprised me. Like I going in, I wasn't sure.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Sorry.
No. Finish your thought. What were you going to say? You kind of sputtered
he
out
really,
a little. I know the Wi-Fi at the Holiday Inn is really good, isn't it?
It is not Express like the name. He really surprised me. Like I think he played it well. He kind of laid low, and I did not expect the unexpected, and I think he's really going to pull out a win. So that's all. I'm just really impressed by him. He definitely did his research before coming on.
Agreed.
If you know what I mean. Anyway.
All right. So this week we saw, I don't know if you guys saw this, but the live feeders saw Nicole talking to the camera, basically revealing her strategy in the house. She told those who think she just sits there and does nothing that the joke's on you, because she has to handle different personalities, and that she has to let the competitors believe they're controlling the game and allow them to make her feel insignificant. Speaking further, she said she doesn't care when others call her useless or say she isn't good in competitions, because according to Nicole, she only cares about achieving a certain outcome and doesn't care how it happens or who makes the move. Therefore, she would allow another player to take the credit and think that they're running the game as long as her goal is met. So I wanted to ask you guys what you thought. Did you guys, first of all, see this on the live feeds at all?
No.
Okay. So
I heard about it.
So what happened is she was sitting in the HOH room and she was just kind of saying exactly what I said, but basically her strategy is to kind of like play dumb, essentially, and make it seem like she mentioned that she must have said something to Christmas, because Christmas and Christmas, she said a strategy move to Christmas, and then Christmas completely dismissed her. And she just said, if the roles are reversed and I would have done that, Christmas would have blown up. And it was just like, she basically has to like put her tail between her legs all the time and just like let him do the move. She's like, I want Tyler out of this house. Do I care about how Tyler gets out of this house? Do I care whose idea it was? No, I don't care. As long as he leaves, I'm good. So it just kind of felt like, I mean, for me, I was like, this is great, because, I still like Nicole, even though, I mean, I'm going to have to say that really low. But I thought this was, like, why isn't she saying this kind of stuff? Because that is actually a really good strategic move. Her just like letting these big personalities inflate their egos while she like makes them look like she sucks at comps and she is whatever. She's not good at anything.
No, is she? Sorry, Sorry, Oh God. Yeah, I agree that this is a strategy for sure, but
is she blowing smoke? I mean,
this is All-Star season. You're not throwing these competitions. She's playing her heart out to win. So in a sense, on the strategic side, inflating the egos and all that stuff, I 100% get that as a strategy. That's great. But that's all she's done. She hasn't done anything else to me. Like I don't know. I want more big moves, not just. Yeah. She's going to have to really explain that. You know what I'm saying? Like, and Absolutely. This is also a strategy that she's going to have to explain to everybody, and no one's going to get it because they're looking at, I want to see big moves, hard moves, winning HOHs, winning competitions. So I just think that would be very difficult for her to explain away.
For sure. No, I totally get it. All right, guys. Well, final thoughts. What do you guys hope happens this week? What is, who do you hope wins HOH? Who do you want to go to the jury house?
I don't really care at this point. If I'm being completely honest, this is very difficult to get through. The rest of the season has been incredibly difficult to get through. Just because, again, as a viewer, as a fan of the show, I want to see the power go back and forth. And now we haven't had that. So I'm just bored and I'm over it. So I just want to see the best person win this game. And at this point, I would love to see, a Cody win or an Enzo win, to be honest with you. But I'm just ready for the end of the season and to crown a winner. Sorry.
Mark, what do you think? Final thoughts?
The same. It's been a drag as we're getting into the stretch.
Oh, there's that amazing Wi-Fi again.
Just shake things up.
Sorry.
Just to shake things up. just shake things up. I want Enzo's HOH. That's
Okay.
I think it'd be a good time for him to get up there.
I agree.
And I'd like to see Christmas pack a stocking and head to the jury house.
Pound sand.
Yeah.
That would
Pack
be
her
interesting.
bag.
Enzo HOH would be interesting.
Yeah.
I think Nicole needs to win something if she wants to stay in this house. I think she needs to win HOH if she. Otherwise, I feel like it's a victorious situation. I think that this is strategy, and I do think that there's a lot of merit to what she said, what we just talked about. But I also think that she needs to pull her weight for Cody and Enzo because they have carried her for a very long time. I would like to see. I think that it's high time if she doesn't want to get evicted, she needs to win. That being said, I think it could be interesting. I do feel like we're going to see Cody, Enzo, and Nicole in the final three. That's just my gut feeling. I think that unless Christmas wins, I think that's the only thing that can shake up the game. And maybe Memphis, if he wins, I don't know. So that's what I think. Well,
We'll see.
Guys, our Julie interview will be up very, very shortly. Hit the notification bell so that you can see it. It's ding. Thank you. It should be up. It should be up in about 20 minutes. So if you guys are watching this live, just stay put. We will be sure to get it out to you as soon as we can. All right. Thanks, guys. From outside the Big Brother house, this has been Outside the House. And remember, feeling gratitude and not expressing it is like wrapping a present and not giving it. That's what I told to Julie. So thank you guys. Good night.
Thanks. Good
Bye,
night,
guys.
everybody.